You're a liar.
You don't
And this is why Derek don't like you.
I need to get up in this gig, girl.
Your tone seems very pointed right now.
Well, anyone have any updated thoughts? Hi, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jer, and do you want a cookie? Gluten-free. These actually are really good, they're salted. All right, bitch. Our non-sponsored drink today is an Arizona fruit punch. It is 94 degrees outside. My ice has already melted. This sucks. So the very first Down Under versus the World episode has commenced, and I gotta say, this was a great way to get it poppin'. I love a design challenge for week 1. And I'm a big proponent of making designs compulsory for whatever the very first episode is going to be. I love me a girl group, I love a pageant, but a design challenge just, oh, it hits different. So let me start with some logistical things here. As a lot of y'all know, I am a full-time content creator. I not only do YouTube reviews, but I have several other social media platforms that I manage. I edit all my own videos because I don't trust one single hoe out there to do it for me. Because there are so many seasons of Drag Race that are all happening at the exact same time. Down Under versus the World happens just a few short hours after Canada's Drag Race, which happens a few short hours after Drag Race France. And in a week or two, Latina Royale is also gonna be on Thursday. That is a lot of Drag Race, and that's a lot of mental bandwidth that I am applying to this show because I love it, I'm not complaining. But it is a lot, and so sacrifices are gonna have to be made in certain directions. I am only covering the runways of Drag Race France, and I'm probably gonna make some accommodations for Down Under versus the World and Latina Royale when it comes to scripting, recording, and then the editing process. If y'all would like to support this channel, please feel free to check out the Patreon. The tiers are all very affordable if you'd like to support this page and my journey in reviewing and covering all of these seasons. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of Drag Race Down Under versus the World Season 1. Raven is officially competing, and this was a huge point of contention when I made a short about it. It's actually one of my most viewed shorts on this channel, which is crazy. It got over 100K views and so many comments of people saying she's not actually competing. And now social media is flooded with comments saying, wait, she's actually competing, it's not a stunt? I do believe that a majority of these queens in Down Under versus the World were cast specifically to bring in numbers, because a lot of folks around the world have expressed disdain for the Down Under franchise. Their minds are totally clouded with that very first season and Rue's excusal of racist behavior and blackface. Blackface and racism are completely inexcusable. There is no reason why the response should have been, well, it happens, because that was essentially Rue's response to it. I fully understand why no one would want to invest their time into a series that just casually hand-wave something like that, because that is a huge deal. That being said, Down Under has gotten so much better. It's got great representation, and there's some phenomenal talent in the Down Under franchise. And so with such great casting choices like Miss Jade So, Michael Maruli, Raven, who was such a surprise, Lala Ree, the personality of the newer seasons of Drag Race US, and Nicole Paige Brooks, the biggest meme possible from the US franchise. There was so much possibility for greatness, and then they included this bullshit AI artwork for the Workroom photos. Was it that hard to just go to whatever office supply store was nearby, print out some full-size photos of Michelle and the prior winners? Was it that difficult? No, that's the answer. It wasn't. And from what I've heard, Michelle, Reese, and Lazy Susan all said, we don't want this, and production did it anyway. That is not going to go over well with fans. It already is causing some backlash on social media, and it's extremely disappointing to see a franchise that is supposed to be celebrating queer art embracing generative AI. We can talk all day long about the consequences of overuse of AI, specifically generative AI. There's so much to this conversation, and I understand that I'm opening a can of worms, but just know that this is a very Gen AI space. I hold no space for people who think that it's fun. And so now with people's problems with this franchise already, I think this is just gonna add more fuel to that fire to not really care about Down Under. So I think it's more of a disservice to the Down Under franchise than it is to anybody. So let's talk about the challenge, where the queens have to participate in a pass around party bottom gift exchange, where inside small gift boxes are a fabric swatch, and that swatch will represent what they will get to work with this challenge. I actually really like the structure of this. It takes the mystery box theme and puts a fun twist on it. Makes it a bit of a party game. But there were some whack-ass materials that were given to them and some fabulous ones. And so the distribution of materials they were given to work with was not exactly the most fair and even. But thankfully, no one is eliminated this week, and the top 2 of this challenge are the 2 that I want to make it all the way to the end. So that felt very validating to me. I already knew that Michael was gonna slay this, and I knew that Jade was gonna connect with the judges. The way that her mind works is so special, and I'm glad that Michelle saw that thing that so many of us have seen. I want to talk about the workroom entrances really quick. We have Coco Jumbo coming in first, looking incredible in black and yellow. She addressed her weight gain later on in the episode, and I just want everybody out there to know your weight is not equal to your worth as a human being. We as a society put so much emphasis on being thin, being fit, that we almost treat people that are overweight or that are more fuller figured as someone who is not deemable of receiving love, of kindness. And no matter what your size is, you deserve kindness and good things coming to you. We have Michael Maruli in next saying, I love Michael. I really think that she should have won her season. We very recently covered Drag Race UK season 5 on the podcast, and I have a video that is coming out soon as I've got some time regarding a rejudging of that season. And I've got a couple other shorts that are gonna be coming soon, so keep an eye out on that. The chest highlight was a lot, but I love this black and gold that she wore. It's referencing her original season for those of you who did not watch it. Very similar to that original entrance look, and I live. And she promises laser focus this time around. I can't wait to see it. I think she's gonna go to the top all the way to the end. Next in is my Queen Flor, looking like a sparkly goddess, saying housekeeping the minute she walks in. I live, I die, I resurrect for Flor. I am so excited to see her again. She is looking muggy, and she said that she's gonna be sweet this season, so I can't wait to see how that turns out. I think that Flor could have won a couple extra challenges in her original season, namely the talent show as well as that opening girl group, because I think she only won makeovers, yeah? Nicole Paige Brooks walks in next saying literally nothing, like she has a gun pointed at her head forcing her to be on this soundstage. Kind of iconic. I'm dead because she was so flat and dull. This entrance look was cumbersome, lipstick all over her teeth. She is gonna be a mess, and I am here for it. Next in is Vibe, and I have been vibing with her Instagram ever since the promo dropped. I did not perceive her original season. I'm not gonna get to that for several years. I don't know. The podcast airs chronologically, so we are currently in Drag Race Italia season 3, and I have a very cool interview that is coming up soon with someone from that cast. Vibe is a key. I'm so excited to see her here. This entrance look is super cute. I love that print. Estrella Extravaganza is next, wearing the most, but looking very cute, like this slay ladybug. I'm excited to see her here. I liked Estrella in her original season. I was just worried that maybe she was not the best fit for Down Under versus the World. I would have loved to have seen Estrella in All Stars. And I think a great fit for down here would have been someone like Jurigi or even Clover. But also I kind of want to see Clover on Latina Royale. Next in is Nikita Iman, who is cute out of drag. In drag, she's cute too, but like out of drag? Hey. Lala Ree is next, and I still cannot believe that Drag Race Down Under versus the World is what brought Lala out of retirement. Someone commented on my TikTok, Drag Race Down Below. That's been brain rot. I think Lala is gonna bring a lot of personality to this season, and I look forward to seeing more from her. Landing in from the planet Vortexa is Miss Jade So, saying she's gonna give her Dickiana to herself. Ooh, this woman is a nut. She is in her goddessification era, and I am here for it. We're all gonna be goddessified. She immediately has the queens do this energy reset ritual. I love when a big player comes into a room and just takes the reins. That's what she did here. Next in is Art Simone, a queen that I adore. I'm so biased towards her. This entrance look was my favorite by far, mixing hardware and netting. We're not ready. for what she's gonna bring, and she seems super plugged in this time around, where she seemed maybe not as present in season 1 of Down Under. I already know in my heart they're gonna use her as a story device for eliminating Coco Jumbo in the same way they're probably gonna use Raven to eliminate Nicole. And then Raven comes walking in, gagging the entire room, and I'm sure all of you at the same time. Raven is back again, and the girls don't believe it. Her chest highlighter was something. She and Michael got ready backstage and were like, no, it'd be let's put white here. Just white. And that rounds out our cast. I still wish that they had someone from season 2. Beverly Kills or even Molly Poppins would have been sickening in this group, and it would have cut maybe someone from the US. The guest judge this week is a woman that I am unfamiliar with because I am not from that region. Her name is Bex, and I swear to God, y'all, I thought it was Cat Cat. I thought they flew in Cat Cat because this woman looked like Cat Cat. I love that they did a design challenge for week 1. It gets the season poppin'. Let's get into these looks. We have Art Simone first, giving, in my opinion, some award show realness. She got Michelle's favorite color, leopard print, and I think what she did was subtle but effective. It was a clean silhouette, it was well designed, it was well tailored. I like this hair that she paired with the outfit. Great styling overall. We have Miss Jade So second, who looked stunning. She looks like she took molten metal and just dripped it on her body, and it set in place and hardened, and she walked out onto the stage with that all on her. It is everything. This is very reminiscent of her design challenge that she did in her season from the Christmas box. I love that she's stuck to a silhouette that she already knows works for her. She should have won that challenge with Bernie. It should never have been Verushka. So I'm glad that she got her flowers here. Next up, we have Vibe in this mod baby doll look. I think she utilized the fabric well. That black and white fabric could have gotten intense really quick. And I think what she made was super cute. She made leggings, gloves, a scarf, a partridge in a pear tree. Like, holy this is good. This is Carmen Farala levels of you did everything, but it works. The cheeky flash of the underwear, I'm not so sure about, but it's still a slay of a look. She did a great job. Lala Ree is next. A mini dress with the pussy out. I love the cut of everything above the waist, above it. The headscarf is hot. I love that neon shoe paired with this, but mama, your pussy is out. Like, my white Valentino bag. Flor is next from the Sminty Moth collection. Her makeup, everything. The shredding effect on the look I think is confusing. It looks like a mistake. There's shredding that doesn't look eye-pleasing. She later said in Untucked it's a bug, and everyone said, oh, you're right, it makes sense now. I love Flor, and I want her to go to the end. This was not a good showing for week 1, but I still love her on Bible, on God, Queen. Love her. Mugged. Next, we have a Raven. Can we have a moment for this? Can we make some noise for this denim look? Jesus Christ, she made a denim wig for sake. How was she not top for this? How was she not in the top? Were they afraid of people screaming nepotism? Did they think someone was gonna call HR? What is this? This is incredible. The ruffle on the bra adds a touch of femininity. Those pants are immaculately sewn together. This whole look is a jaw drop. She did not play it safe, and she could have played it safe for week 1. But Raven was cognizant that she had to put her money where her mouth is. She's booted a lot of the looks that have shown up on Drag Race over the years, and she had to show that she can put her money where her mouth is. She delivered. This should have been top 3. Next up, we have Nikita Aman. I think this pageant perfection look has a lot of promise. The construction is nice. The bust, I think, is a little low. Had it maybe been a little higher, I think I could have seen this in the top, because there are some great design elements to this. Estrella is next, and she tried to replicate that classic Kim K Balenciaga look. Balenciaga! It's giving me, I was rooting for us. And that's not her fault. She got this ugly lime green fabric. The construction is not bad at all. I love the fur that's on the bag. It's the same color as her hair. That's some brilliant attention to detail. She did the best she could with such an ugly material. I will say I'm not a fan of that Kim K look. I'm tired of it. We've seen countless queens do it on Drag Race already. I'm thinking Alexis Michelle right off the top of my head. There was a queen very recently in a season that Jess and I covered on the podcast that also did that look. Was it in España? I don't know. I'm just tired of the look. But I think for this fabric, I think Estrella was smart to go with that look. But this was not bottom 3 worthy. The judges said that she over-accessorized. Where? Because she has some coochie rouge? I disagree entirely. She was not over stylized. She was not over accessorized in any way, shape, or form. Speaking of horrendous fabric and terrible execution of it, we have Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. This is horrible. This is a nothing burger of a look. It's giving stripper David Bowie. I don't want to look at it anymore. She's a meme and she's sickening and she's puss, but like, So after filming this video, I went online and I saw that a lot of y'all are living for Nicole's look. And I thought we were just memeing because we love her as the iconically bad at Drag Race contestant that she is. But then I started seeing people who never meme Drag Race ever saying that they legitimately thought this was top 2. So I went back and I looked at it again to see maybe I missed something. My rule of thumb is if you were to take a nothing burger look like this and pluck it off the thin queen it was on and put it on a plus size or full figured queen, would the fandom live? The answer is almost always no. And so that means it's not a good look. It's interesting because there is so much texture on it, but that doesn't remove a lot of the problems on the cuts when it gets to the close-ups to it. When it shows the back, which I can't really show here on YouTube, there are these folds that look a little odd. It looks like she kind of just created a hot dog with the fabric, then just created a V shape. So then if we directly compare this to someone like Miss Jade So, who is showing a lot of body as well, would I be able to look at this, pluck it off of her thin body, put it on a plus size queen and still be gagged? Absolutely. She's got some great fabric manipulation on both boobs. It's not just a standard bra. There's this interesting structure on her right boob that comes up to that strap, and then there's another one that goes down. There's some intricate design that's in there, connects to the skirt. There's a bunch of fabric manipulation that's happening on the hem of the top of the skirt. And then as it travels into the mermaid skirt, there's tons of cool pleats. So these two looks, by direct comparison to each other, Jade's is more impressively constructed and styled. What is the design of Nicole Paige Brooks? There isn't one. I think it's totally okay to blind stan our favorites, to turn up whatever they do, but I think it's also good for us to be realistic and not overinflate what they actually did on the show. Michael Maruli is up next, looking jaw-dropping. She looks sophisticated, she looks rich. She did not pack this and bring it from home, which I don't know if I believe. This looks like someone made it at home. This is top tier designing. How did she make this in the same time that it took Nicole Paige Brooks to make whatever that was that she was wearing? It's always incredible to me when there are queens that can make this kind of a look. Regal, extravagant, over the top. And then Nicole comes out. They had the same time. This is crazy. I knew that Michael was gonna dominate and eat, but I didn't know that she was gonna serve it so fiercely from the get-go. Also, it is get-go, G-E-T space G-O, not gecko. It is not right from the get-go. There are no reptiles involved. We have Coco Jumbo next. Listen, bitches.
Wait a minute, bitches.
There is not a single shape to this look. It's pretty awful, actually. It's just fabric that's been draped. The back is terribly problematic. There's this crunch of the fabric, like it was twisted. And I've done this before when you've got a shirt that's a little too loose, kind of like a vagina. You grab from the back. No jokes about that. You twist it like this, and you just kind of like pin that in place. And that's not a vibe. You only do that if you've got something covering it, so that no one sees the mistake. She did sell the look very well though. For that I give her props, but this also is bottom 3 in my opinion. The rules this year are traditional versus the world formatting. There will be a top 2, they'll lip sync, and whoever wins gets to eliminate someone from the bottom. My hope is this: there will always be consistently a bottom 2, because if we do this bottom 2, bottom 3, bottom 2, bottom 4, bottom 2, bottom 3, bottom 2, that could be a number. Someone remix that. I'm gonna be upset. It always frustrates me when there's no consistency on who is up for elimination, because then it just seems manufactured and overproduced that they're trying to make a certain outcome happen when they constantly switch up the amount of queens in the bottom. And I must say, I thought it was quite refreshing that first week, the top 2 are both international queens, and there was someone from the home country in the bottom. Now, this in no way means that I wanted Flor to go home first. In no universe did I want her to. I want her to go to the end because I'm a stan. But what we saw in UK versus the World Season 1 and what we saw in Slajon Royale is that they tend to protect the home country just a little bit, and the international queens are not always the ones dominating. So it was nice to see for this very first episode of this very first franchise to see something unexpected. And Miss Jade So and Michael Maruli have to lip sync to the song Melodrama by Bex. Before that, they did chit chat with the bottom 2 queens and tried to determine who they were going to send home of the two of them. And based on the vibe, it seemed like both of them were aiming their sights on Floor. Lala Ri is a strong presence and is charismatic as hell, whereas Floor was fighting, but maybe for the wrong reasons. She wasn't explaining why she deserved to stay, why the fire and passion to keep competing was there. I think comparing yourself to another queen is something you should do later on when track record starts to come into play. I understand where Flor is coming from. Lala Ri has had multiple experiences on Drag Race, and that should be taken into account, but that's up to the people that are making that call to determine. In the lip sync, Michael was showing us how it is done. She is such a fabulous and seasoned performer. She's dynamic on the stage. She takes up a lot of presence. She does things that you wouldn't expect someone who's older to do, because we've seen plenty of older drag queens come on the show and they kind of just like bop around. They'll do a little conga, maybe a Macarena, but she did everything that I needed to see. Whereas Jade was taking a softer, more sensual route, going in a burlesque style performance, slowly taking things off. And I think that's smart. When Michael is literally throwing her coochie all over that stage, you should do something that makes you stand out. But Jade looked low energy. Her face was in slow-mo. It was a little disconnected. And so I think that amplified what Michael was doing, because it made Jade seem like she was just a couple energy notches lower. My opinion, I don't think Jade wanted to make this decision. I don't think she wanted to have any type of target on her back from week one. Certainly not from someone like Lala, who's probably going to do well if she stays, or Flor, who could also do well if she stayed. Potentially she upsets the Down Under contestants by eliminating one of their sisters. The odds could turn on her. And honestly, I think that Jade threw it. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't want to make this decision early. But instead of having to eliminate anyone, Michelle uses her power to save both contestants from the bottom. And I am so glad that the compulsory nobody goes home week one rule is still in effect, because this would have been devastating to see either one of them go this soon, when it should have been Nicole Paige Brooks. And we're all asking the question, who did Michelle call? If it's another contestant, I would die. Some people are like, what if she called Raven to get her to come and join the judge? Why would she call Raven? Why would she say, how long will it take you to get here? Raven's in the backstage. That's stupid. Why would she call Raven? They don't even have their phones. Goobers. If it's a 12th queen, I would die. Because next up are girl groups. And that means that one group is gonna have 6 contestants and one will have 5. So it would be nice to have 6 and 6. What'd y'all think about this very first episode? If you watched it, let me know in the comments below. Feel free again to check out that Patreon. I am not gonna be doing scoreboards for this season. Keep an eye out for all the things that we'll be releasing very soon. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all on the flip.
Carburetor, boom, boom.